Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the flight deck. We're down here in Tauranga in New Zealand. We're going to continue on with our Caravan flights for Topa Sky. We've got 5 passengers and we're flying back to Auckland on today's flight. Looks like a decent day, a little bit of cloud in the sky, but the weather shouldn't be too bad for this flight. So let's hop on board. We can get the aircraft started up and ready to go. All right, we're on board the aircraft now. We're going to come up overhead, turn on the fuel pumps, our fuel tanks, make sure they're good, make sure the fuel cutoff is set up. We'll get rid of that, and I'm going to quickly pull this out. And before we get going, I'm just going to make sure all these lights are up. Makes it easier to see everything once we power up the aircraft. There we go. So they are up and running. So we're going to turn the battery on. We'll make sure we have the nav lights on as well. We have our 5 passengers on board, and they have been briefed and are ready for the flight. So the beacon can come on. We're going to turn our ignition on. Fuel boost pump is coming on. We're going to turn on our avionics master switch number 1. And we are pretty much ready to start. We're going to bring our fuel to cutoff. We'll make sure our props are in feather and our throttle's all the way back. All right, clear prop. Engine is starting. And we're bringing the fuel up into the low position. Alright, looks like we got a good engine start. Prop is spinning up. Temperatures and pressures are coming up as well. So we'll drop down here. We'll turn on the second avionics. The starter is coming off. Fuel boost will go to normal. Ignition will go to normal. And the aircraft is up and running. And while she warms up, I'm going to pop down and get the flight plan put in. Alright, the flight plan is in and we are pretty much ready to taxi out now. Everything is done. The ground crew is clear. We're going to turn on our taxi light. We're going to be heading it to runway 25, which is down here. So we're just going to go down the taxiway Echo here to Echo 1, and then we will be departing from there. Alright, so brakes are off. Some power up. We'll get ourselves turned around here. And again, we're going to head down on Echo here. Is this little taxiway here. We can take this, larger aircraft can't. We'll just follow this down, so we'll see you down at Echo 1. Alright, we're here at the runway. Update on the weather. The Barrow is now 1000. We'll get that in and set, and we are ready there. Landing lights are going to come on. Strobe lights are coming on. Make sure everything is up here. Standby alternate power is on. We are good all through there and through there. Fuel condition lever is coming up to full fuel. Propellers coming up to maximum RPM. And we're all good down on the bottom. Transponder, we're going to make sure we are set there. So we're going to be squawking 5556, and transponder is now on. And we are good to take our position. Everything is looking clear. And we'll move out. As always, scenery, foliage, and some terrain is provided by Rex AccuSeasons Advanced. Additional aircraft and traffic provided by FSLTL. Alright. So we'll get ourselves lined up. First notch of flaps for takeoff. And we are good to go. Bringing the power up. And just remembered we're going to be cruising at 7,000 feet. So setting our initial altitude straight up to 7,000 feet. There we go. Alright, brakes released. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's alive. 50 knots. Rotate. And up we go. Alright, so autopilot's on. We're going into a nav mode. We will go to vertical speed. And we'll set for that 1,000 feet per minute climb out. Looking really good. It's 400 feet. Flaps coming up. And there's 500 feet. So we're going to set climb power now. Prop coming back to 1800. And power set for 2250. Alright, so we're going to keep edging the power forward as we climb out. As you can see, we're on our departure. So enjoy the views as we head up towards Auckland. We'll catch up with you when we're ready to descend down to the airport for our arrival. Alright, welcome back. We're descending down to our approach here after we make the turn at Steel. We'll arm the approach. First point is Atama. As you can see, the weather's closed in a bit. There's a little bit of light rain in the area with some clouds. And the barrow is 1000. So we're pretty well set. We're heading inbound now towards Steel. We're just going to make the turn as we pop out of the bottom of the clouds. We're descending down to 3,000 feet, which is the capture altitude for the RNAV. So right now that we're heading into Atma, we're going to come in here, we're going to activate the approach. There we go. And we are now on the approach. And we're just going to hold our speed and altitude as we come in. So Atma, we should be at 3,000 feet. We're getting that down to that now. Just holding nicely as we come in. So we'll do our final checks as it's raining. We'll just get our taxi lights on just so they're on. Ignition is going to stay normal. We're all good down here. Everything is good. We briefed in the back. And we're good for landing. So here we are leveling off, so we're going to bring the power back up. Make sure we keep our speed up. So we should start down, following the, and we've activated the approach. Not sure why the approach mode isn't lighting up. We'll see. We're also going to come in here and dial down to 300 feet, which is just below minimums, but that'll give us the nav point. All right, we should be following the descent path, which we are not doing. See the 200 feet is there. So we're just going to bring it down ourselves. We should be able to see the airport. It's actually, the airport's right there. Should be descending at about, let's get that back, we'll get the props fully forward. 600 feet per minute, roughly. We'll dial that back to 800 for now. Polar, we should be at 2,000. We're a little high. There's the airport. Approach path is clear. Should be doing it as an RNAV, but that's okay. We can fake it. A509, we should be down to 1,000 feet. So drop that down a little bit lower. We'll get that speed right back. And we'll be going into manual mode once we come around and straighten up. A little bit high. Get that down a little bit more. Start bringing in flaps. So props are fully forward. Condition lever's fully forward. Controlling our speed now. As we come around, there we are. We're on our path. Looking good. And we are a little bit low. So we had an aircraft taking off ahead of us. Alright, over to manual. Control. Definitely low, so we're going to decrease the descent rate. There we got one white light back. We are going to get a crosswind out of the side at about 6 knots. Just have to deal with that. Speed back to 100. Alright, flaps are full. There we go. Looking better. Speed coming back, 500 feet. A little high, we'll cut the power. There are 2 whites, 2 reds. Power back. And we are down. Gonna roll down a little bit so I don't have to taxi as far. That was an almost 90-degree crosswind there. We'll come off here at Alpha 7. Flaps can come up. And landing lights can come off. And our parking spot is just around the corner here. Up in here. We're just going to taxi around here, up through all these little taxiways. And here we are, 73 North. We'll ignore the little generator there. And here we are. Welcome back to Auckland. Alright, so with that done, parking brake is set. Condition lever will come back to low. I'll bring the prop back to feather. Taxi light strobes are off. Turn off that. That all set. Fuel can come off. Avionics are off. No, that stays off. That goes off. That goes off. And that goes off. I think I might have forgot to switch the avionics on the other side. Oh well, we got here. That's all that counts. See you on the next one. Bye for now.